So I'm starting a new series and I'm calling it Hawa's Highlights for the Month. This is October 2024. So I have like a whole bunch of list of things that I really wanted to talk about that I really loved this month. And I'm not talking only about products, I'm also talking about experiences and things that happened to me, just to create a kind of positive spin around everything. So I've got like a list of things because goodness knows my memory is shot. So if I don't write this down, I will literally forget everything. So firstly, the Korean sunscreen that I've really been loving, and I'm going to show it somewhere on the screen so you can actually see it. I have been loving this sunscreen. I initially was using the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen quite a lot, but then I found that in the warmer months it's a little bit too moisturizing for me, and so I've kind of shifted onto this one, and it's just like a touch more matte. I really like it. It's really easy to blend into the skin. I don't know what else to say about it except it's really great. And if you are struggling to find the Beauty of Joseon one, because goodness knows everybody loves it and I feel like it's almost always sold out every single time I go to the Korean skincare store that I usually go to, this is like a pretty good alternative. The next thing that I have on my list is the Laneige lip balm in the flavor Eggnog Latte. This is their holiday Christmas limited edition flavor. I feel like they've got a few, they've got a candy cane one and a peppermint one I think, but I got the Eggnog Latte one just because, I don't know, it just sounded really nice. I describe this as having a very like cinnamon vanilla-y type scent. The way that I would describe it is if you like Peter Alexander and you like the Taha vanilla candles, it smells exactly like that. It's really moisturizing on the lips. It's usually the moisturizer that I put on my face as I'm getting ready in the morning, and I have a berry one that I use at night as well. So in terms of lip balms, it's my favorite one. I can't recommend it enough, and if you really like the typical one but you've been looking for a new flavor to kind of try out and kind of have that little bit of a Christmassy holiday feeling, I would highly recommend that one. Next is going to be a deodorant. So it is actually the Pong Luscious Lime deodorant. I really like this. Anyone who knows and has watched my channel will know that I really like Pong and sustainable deodorants. This one in particular just has like a really nice like lemony, zesty, limey type of scent, and obviously the texture of this is incredible. It's easy to blend and it comes in a recyclable tin as well, which is great. Next is actually going to be a hair oil. So this is actually a Kerastase. I'm going to get it actually. So it is actually the Kerastase Elixir Ultime L'Huile Originale. Don't know how to pronounce it. I will put it on the screen so you can actually read it. And it is a versatile beautifying oil. I got this hair oil in a I want to say a beauty loop box from Mecca, and so I decided to try it out, and unfortunately I do really like it. So I've put it on my birthday wish list. So if anybody wants to get me something for my birthday and you don't know what to get me, it's on my birthday wish list. Just saying. But check with Alex because he's got the list. And he typically gives that out to people if people are looking to buy me stuff. So check with him if nobody else has gotten it. And next on the list has to go to the Hourglass Dragon palette. This is their Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palette that they release every single year. This is in the Dragon version, and I just have to say this has been the most beautiful purchase I think I've made in my makeup for the whole of this year. This is what it looks like if you haven't already seen it all over social media, which I'm sure you have. It comes with 2 finishing powders, 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlight as well. I would say this one is really good for people who are fair to light medium skin toned. If you are more on the medium side, I would go for the Evil Eye, and if you are on more of the deeper skin tone, I would go for the Lotus one. They are kind of sold out everywhere. Last I checked on Mecca, it's completely sold out, but I do believe that they might have a few on Cult Beauty, and then I'm sure that they will have some stock on their website as well. But yeah, this has been absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be posting a like everyday makeup routine where I do actually use this palette, so if you are interested in seeing how it applies onto the skin and what the coloring kind of looks like on my skin tone, stay tuned for that. And next I would say is actually the lip duo that I've got on my face. Again, it's part of my summer spring makeup routine, but it is the Makeup Forever Versatile Chestnut Lip Liner, which I've got at the moment, and then I just kind of top it off with the Summer Fridays Lip Balm, which again I've also been obsessed with, and this is in the shade like Vanilla Beige. Something about this particular duo just screams like, I don't know, it's like perfect for every day. I find that for most of the work clothes that I have or the colors that I wear, it just goes with everything. Like I'd say, like especially in the summer, spring months, it does lean a little bit warm, so it's kind of nice for that. But yeah, anyway, this particular lip duo I've been absolutely obsessed with. I would say that most of the time, especially in this past month, if you've looked at my lips, why would you do that? But if you were, and you wonder what was on my lips, chances are it's probably this duo. Next, I would say is the Emco Beauty Mascara. I just really like this mascara. My sister Tia was actually the one that actually got me onto this one. It's actually a tubing mascara, and the shade of it is like really black. I find that it doesn't flake or smudge throughout the day, which is fantastic because I hate, like by the end of the day, if you have like a little bit of a panda eye, I hate that look so much, and I find that with this mascara it just doesn't do that. I also have really stubborn straight lashes as well, and I find that this keeps a curl for the whole day. So yeah, would highly recommend. You can get it at Woolworths, I think, so the next time you order groceries from there you go, you can check that out. So next on my list, I've actually got two cameras that I really want to talk about. So the camera that I want to talk about is the Canon sx740 HS. I feel like everybody on TikTok was blowing this up for the longest time, and it was so difficult to get my hands on this. I'm saying that most of the websites actually had a waiting list for like, I think 2 to 3 months. And so they were saying like, oh, like, and I was looking for this camera in September, and they were saying you can maybe get it in December, maybe, but chances are it's probably January. Because I was stalking it so often on the Canon website, I saw that JB Hi-Fi had a few in stock, and obviously I jumped on that immediately. And then Alex had recommended, oh, just like see if you have to buy online or can you get it in store. And so turns out I could get it in store, and so I pretty much told Alex like on the spot, we are going to get this because I can promise you that by the afternoon it will be gone. And lo and behold, that was definitely the case. So I got this and I got the case to go with it as well. So when you use it, it actually pops up like this. So cute. But it has a 40 zoom camera. So I'll put the specs like somewhere on the screen for you to see, but I really like this. I find that this particular camera takes really beautiful photos. Like the quality of it is nice and crisp. Probably not as crisp as this current camera that I'm filming on, but it's like a nice medium, I would say. The colors on this, I would say, lean towards being like very saturated and almost has like a very like vintage type feel to it. So if you wanted to get the Canon G7X, which I know everybody loves and everybody talks about, but you think that it's a little bit out of your price range and you're looking for a good dupe, I would say this is a pretty decent one. My sister actually has the Canon G7X. I believe it's the Mark II or the Mark III, and I would say that this is like, you know, probably in terms of quality, like probably less crisp, but I would say that it performs in a similar way as well. So yeah, this is great. The other camera, which I've been loving, and this one is much more of a like dinky, I'd say travel camera, everyday camera, if you wanted to kind of always have it on you for, I don't know, special occasions and things like that, is the Kodak PixPro fz55. This is such a cute dinky camera, and it makes the cutest sound when you use it. Just like listen to it. It's so cute. And then when you take a photo, like it just makes the cutest sound, and I just like, I love the quality of this, and I think that this is like super easy for you to just kind of put into your bag. And when you want to go for a night out, like this performs really well like in darkness as well. So I'll pop some like photos on the screen for you to be able to see like the performance of these cameras in different lightings if I can. But yeah, I've just been really loving it. And something about having a digital camera on you also changes the way I think that you approach taking photos. Like I feel like on your phone, at least in my case, I end up getting like distracted by notifications, and I usually end up just spamming or bursting the photos. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I find that I'm not as intentional with the photos I'm taking. Whereas like with the digital camera, you do have to put a lot more thought into the lighting, the composition of the photo and things like that. And so as a result, I find that I much prefer the coloring and also the way that the photos are taken on a digital camera, just because of the way that I approach it, which is different, but also the way that the cameras perform as well in comparison to your phone, which is just, you know, of a different quality and a different caliber, so to each their own. Another thing that I've really been loving is my Kindle. Where is it? So this is my Kindle. I love it so much. I've got like stickers on the back. I don't know if I can show that on screen. I hope that shows up. And I've been reading the Caraval Complete Trilogy by Stephanie Garber. I have been wanting to get into this series for the longest time. The Once Upon a Broken Heart series is like high on my list of books that I've wanted to read for a very long time, but everybody says that you have to read Caraval before you get into the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy series. So I've been slowly getting into this, and I have to say that people don't talk about this series enough. Like, I would say I'm maybe about 20 to 30% of the way through the first book, and it is so beautifully written and so magical and whimsical in the way that it is described. I've really been enjoying it, and I can't wait to get into the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, but at the same time I also can wait because I'm really liking the way that this story is unfolding. Okay, so I think I'm almost at the end here. In terms of experiences, so one of the things that I did this month that was really fun is I went to the Rooftop Movies with some of my friends. I'll try and insert a few photos here, but it was really nice. Like, it was like a Halloween special, and so the movie that we watched was Scream, which I think is I'm trying to remember the year, but I think it's 1995. I'm going to put it on the screen if I'm wrong. But I've never watched the movie before, and I was pleasantly surprised with how good it was. Anyway, really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it if you're looking for a nice like post-Halloween scary movie to get into. That one is great. So I think that's it. I think that's all of the main things that I have for this month. The one thing that I'm really loving, and I just want to kind of put it out there, is I've been trying to do my best in terms of like reconnecting with like my friends, and instead of, you know, getting into the habit of like watching TV series and movies, just kind of reaching out instead to some of my friends and doing like just little mini calls has been really nice. And so trying to get into the habit of doing that a little bit, because I do realize that when things get really serious or dire, I kind of retreat into my shell and almost act as a bit of like a social hermit, where I feel like I need to almost recharge and reset myself before I can give myself to others, which, like, time and place for that. But at the same time, with the right people, you can also do that simultaneously. And it's wonderful to have like friends, like my old friends from high school, and also like Ariel, for example. So the people that I usually think of is like Ariel, Fahi, Nana, Shatash, like my girls from high school, is the fact that it's wonderful to be surrounded by friends that you don't necessarily have to always be high energy with, that you can be low energy with, and they will love you and care for you in whatever mood that you happen to be in, regardless of what your social battery looks like. So yeah, trying to do that a lot more. And so maybe that's my key takeaway for you is, if you have those friends and you kind of feel like you need to be high energy to be around them, maybe that's not the case, and maybe they also want to be low energy with you as well. And in that sense, you can kind of share the load and share the burden with each other and get yourself to feeling a little bit better. Anyway, that's my monthly highlights for October 2024. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all of that good stuff, and stay tuned for my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.